You know, I love the roofing industry. It's a great business to be in. I want to be in it for a long time, and this guy's going to be the guy to keep me in it.
It's been a great experience, like night and day, what I feel like my body has been able to push itself through that I was not pushing myself when I was doing it by myself.
Whew, done.
You wish you was done.
Just when I thought I was done, he asked more.
All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to go through kind of like what a day in the life is as a personal trainer. I know a lot on my channel. I kind of post a lot of workout stuff, but you guys never get to see me actually working out specific clients that I do have. And for today, I just want to kind of take you guys through what kind of like my client sessions look like, some of the things I do with some of my clients. I thought it'd be a great thing to be able to show you guys and give you a little intake on what it is with being a personal trainer. So we'll just get into the gym now. We'll start with my first one. All right, first client of the day, we got my man Josh right here. We're going through a simple core workout with him today. So one of the main things Josh has been trying to work on, he has a lot of lower back pain and lower back issues. So whenever you guys are struggling with lower back pain, genuinely it always stems to either a glute weakness or stems to a core weakness or both. So in Josh's case, we try to attack both. He's also been struggling with a little bit of sciatica pain as well. So we try to do routines that kind of like manage around that, but also doesn't baby him as well. You see, he doesn't need to be babied, but at the same time, we just watch his routine and make sure that any exercises that we do, we monitor the pain. If it's hurting him too bad, we'll digress, and if it's not hurting him, or if it's to an extent where I feel like he can push through it, we're still gonna push him through it. So we're just gonna warm up now. We'll kind of like go through his session. We'll let Josh talk a little bit too about just some other stuff. One thing you'll learn about me and my clients, all of them are family to me, and this is definitely more than just a client to me. He is a brother, so you'll get a little insight on how our sessions go and what they look like.
Awesome. Well, my name's Josh Garret. I started actually with Jonathan probably about a year and a half ago. I obviously love being at the gym, but I've battled through injuries for the last probably a little bit over 15 years, which is unfortunately inadvertently gone into having 3 herniated discs along with degenerative discs. And you know, it's fun to lift, but when your body starts giving out on you, you start kind of questioning what is wrong. And I learned how weak my core was, and he's helped me kind of define and kind of figure out in the areas that I was really kind of just letting go, not focusing on, which was taking away from really my core strength that falls into my day-to-day activities. I needed the ability for, you know, the kind of work that I do to be able to not be having to give up after about 2 hours of labor in a day. So he has been focused on this for the last year and a half, and honestly, I feel like a new man, you know, with being able to incorporate the work and workouts that he's been able to show me on a weekly basis over this past 18 months. So I'm excited to continue doing this and keep building myself as I get older and focus on, you know, my health and my body right now. So
core strength is key. Y'all know that. Core strength is key. All right, guys, so we always start with our core days, which is a quick warm-up of planks. We go for about 3 to 4 sets of a minute, depending on the like specific workload that I'm gonna have them do. Today we're just gonna do 3 sets because we're doing some more strenuous kind of like core exercises today, so I'm not gonna tire it out too much. But just because it's lower back, because he struggles with it so much, planks are going to be great for hitting those intrinsic core muscles that are going to stabilize your back. So I want him to kind of like get that stabilization in his back and that warm up in his core before we do any heavier core stuff. So we just start out right here with some planks, man, just 3 sets for a minute, then we get into the heavier stuff as we move forward. With my training style, every trainer is different. You'll have those ones that are drill sergeants that yell and that scream all the time. Then you'll have other ones that are kind of like more chill, like myself, and just kind of vibe and relax in the gym. I am definitely not the screamer or the yeller. So everybody's personality is different when it comes to training. I'm soft-spoken. I'm not really going to be sitting up here screaming at them and yelling at them and doing all that other crazy stuff that you might see sometimes other trainers do. So I know you guys probably have seen that skit that I put out on you know, different trainers. I might have to do one about that one of these days, just with different types. But it's simple, man. Just vibing with your clients, getting a feel for them, and making them feel comfortable. That's a big thing I like to focus on, just making sure my clients feel comfortable throughout their sessions and they don't feel like they're, you know, in a place where they can't feel themselves or be themselves, but at the same time, you know, we have a good conversation because, especially in this business, any service business, your relationships with your clients, they're going to be like one of the most important things. You always want to make sure that you cultivate solid relationships just in life in general because, you know, we all go through stuff, whether you're a trainer, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're just a regular client of mine, we all have life and we all have things, and cultivating that type of environment and atmosphere where your clients can open up to you and they can feel safe with you, that's a big point for me that I try to focus on. So that's my training style. All right, guys, so first exercise we got him doing, we're doing cable rotation. So we're gonna try to hit every part of his core through this workout. Every good core workout is gonna have some type of a rotational movement to try to target the internal and external obliques for sure. Obliques are a main area too that can really help stabilize your back. So getting rotational strength to kind of work on the back mobility and especially the strength through the core in a rotational way, always gonna be a great movement that you guys can incorporate in any of your core workouts. So we're gonna go through about 3 sets of 15 on here, give him a good rotational movement. You see how he's shooting it right down to his back pocket, right? You see that side pocket where he's shooting it right down to? You wanna try to get that as low and down as possible through these rotations. You don't want it to like be to where he's gonna be mid pocket. So we can even see from like the back view as he's doing it. See how he's getting that, he's shooting it up and low. It's that rotational movement that's gonna really activate the obliques. How that
The only problem is when I'm pivoting like that, my leg is sliding further and further back.
I hate how freaking, even the turfs, like the turf and these mats.
My foot, I can feel it, but I keep thinking about the fact my foot's getting further and further and further away from me was the only thing. So,
which is okay. We work with it. It's slippery out here though. It always has.
So would it be, how should I pivot, I guess, to be able to plant hard?
Plant? No, don't plant that foot harder. Plant that foot harder. So yeah, you're gonna have a tendency to want to plant this one. Let that stay loose. Keep that one grounded. So you have free range of motion there for your rotation, but this one's gonna kind of help keep you from trying to slide too much. It should be okay. All right, next guy, we're just going for some knee raises. I have him on the captain's chair so we can have a little bit of back support as well. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go for some static holds. So we're going for about a 5-second hold. We're just really focusing on core stability. He can take that rest too. I do not mind that. And we're really just working on core strength, guys. This is why I'm keeping that time under tension with these ones a little bit longer. So that static hold is just what keeps, as opposed to him just burning out like 15 to 20 reps. He'll get way more out of these reps here for his core strength than just knocking out a bunch of, knee raises for no reason. He's looking real strong today. There's certain days you have to monitor just kind of the back and make sure it's doing okay. And you see how his reps are very controlled too. That's another reason why I have him on the captain's chair. One thing that Josh was telling y'all with his work that he does, it's very important that his core strength is on par because he works a job that is very strenuous from a physical standpoint. But I'm gonna have him kind of highlight what he does because I know if any of you guys are in the Atlanta area and Mike could use his services, this is a great person that I know has done a great job on a lot of people's roofs and things in general. So I'm gonna have him explain a little bit more about what he does.
What Jonathan was saying, yeah, I'm a small business owner like many of you probably are yourself. Being in the roofing industry, which I am, yeah, as an owner, you're still climbing every day. You're getting on these roofs, you're training guys. I get in with my crews even. I will be that guy that is helping prepare a roof to be able to be having the shingles placed on, and the strenuous movements that I've got to be able to do on a day-to-day basis. If I don't have a core strengthening ability, I don't have an ability to be able to do anything but just talk to these guys and as a mentor, as a business owner, you know, you got to show through from leadership from start to finish. You got to be an example. And for me to be an example as I'm getting older right now, I've got to be able to implement these kind of workouts on a day-to-day basis, not just the days that I'm with my trainer, which I know that is a hard one because you got to stay motivated, but this guy stays on me every day and it's so important. But right now, he's given me the ability to continue to excel, give me the capability with my company to be able to really give an ability to show other guys through leadership, through my example, and they are able to mirror what I'm doing so that one day I can take a break, we'll see. But either way, I'm still be able out in the field and keep doing what I'm doing. And you know, I love the roofing industry. It's a great business to be in. I want to be in it for a long time, and this guy's gonna be the guy to keep me in it.
We're going for Bosu ball crunches next, guys. You're gonna see with his reps, I'm not getting him to go all the way up into a full crunch. The reason why is because he definitely does struggle with back pain to a degree, but I still want him to get some type of a crunching movement just to kind of help with the strength of the rectus abdominis specifically. So the Bosu ball is to kind of help stabilize his back. Instead of being it on like a flat surface on like the floor, or even like a cable crunch is going to be very, very heavy on just the back stability. This kind of helps to give his lower back some stability and while also keeping the activation on the core because he's on that Bosu ball. So this is why we do it this way. We keep it light, not too heavy, just to get him to activate that upper and middle part of his rectus through these crunches.
Bring the legs back.
Slightly.
Right there? Okay.
How does the Bosu ball feel on your back, Josh?
Man, it gives a lot of relief, I'll be honest. Having that capability, that stretch in the beginning right there really helps a lot, especially with being able to hit that core area without putting pressure on other areas that tend to give me a lot of pain, especially with sometimes with the lower back and then going into the sciatica that I have. So this helps a lot.
Our final exercise, guys, we're going to go for some cross-body mountain climbers. I always have them hit some type of a mountain climber movement and a plank movement to both start the workout and to finish. And this is a great dynamic movement for him just to kind of build core strength and core stability as well. So we're just going to go through a couple sets of these. We're going for 30 seconds. He unfortunately did not let me set the timer, but I luckily have a clock right over top of me, so I can time him from there. We're just gonna go for about 30 seconds of 4 sets on here to finish him out. You see how he's doing these rotations, his lower back is very neutral, right? A lot of times when you see people doing planks, they'll kind of be in like that V position where they're trying to like keep the pressure off of their core when it starts to get sore. So I like how his lower back isn't too high. You see how everything is straight through his top part, and he's doing good with that. Bang, bang. He is all done.
I needed that today.
Happy about that one. My God. Appreciate you, bud. Everybody, Josh Garret. Again, I will put all of his information in the description if you guys need any type of roofing or anything along those lines. Definitely reach out to them. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So this is the other part that goes into training is eating. So if I have a little bit of time between clients, especially like the morning, I usually, depending on the day, I may have time to eat breakfast at home or whatever, but I genuinely kind of like just always bring my breakfast here because this first session started at about 7 a.m. So my mornings usually start. Sometimes I see clients at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. is like the earliest time they get in. So between getting up, I may not have time to eat breakfast. So I leave all my stuff back here. My breakfast, as you guys have always seen in my videos, are the same thing. I got eggs, and then I keep my smoothie back here in the freezer. So through this intermission, we're just gonna eat a little bit, and then we have my next client coming in. Should be in here in about 10 minutes. We'll get started with him. All right, y'all, second client is here. He is very late today, as a matter of fact, too. So this is definitely not a usual occurrence. Of course, the one day which I do this, he's late. But this is Rantz, y'all. Rantz is an up and coming R&B singer.
He is driving you out, honey, your mind. You ain't gotta think about it this time. Now just fall for me.
He is an up-and-coming artist. He's definitely talented too. We're trying to get him in shape so when he goes on stage, he could be, you know what I'm saying, looking right, feeling right. Anybody that's in the entertainment business, you know, your look and how you present yourself can be the difference between millions. In a case like Rantz, where it comes to endorsement deals and just brands that want to represent him being in shape, not just for endorsements, but his ability to be able to sing and perform and do all that stuff. It all matters. So he is the person that he entrusts me with to get him there. So we're gonna work today. We're just gonna go through the session.
Every time I call, phone barely ring before you pick up. Trust your intuition, I got what you want. I've been what you missing, babe. You turned on. All that talk about how you want me, you really gotta show me. You tryna hold back, babe. Curiosity is driving you wild. 100 miles an hour, it's already on your mind. You ain't gotta think about it this time. Just fall for me, and I'll be here to catch you, babe. No hesitation, show me what you made of. Baby, just fall like the leaves in autumn, baby. You should just fall for me. You be so damn guarded with me, acting like you scared to free yourself. Just be yourself, just let go. You say
Rantz is taking a little break, guys. So big thing, right, when training, as you guys have seen me talk about, you always want to incorporate the primary movement functions, right? So you see the way that I'm training Rantz right now, everything is functional in the movements that he does, right? You want to make sure your training is as functional as possible. That's my style, because I know functional exercises are going to be the ones that help you not just develop your body and your strength, but also just going to help you move better and feel better throughout your day. And because Rantz is an entertainer, especially, being able to be cardiovascularly fit as well as the strength through his whole body is going to be able to help him to perform a lot better and also sing a lot better as well. So his training, whether he's an entertainer or a regular human being, the functional movements with the squats, any type of lunging pattern, any type of hinging pattern that you just saw with the hex bar deadlifts, and now we're going to go through our upper body functional patterns. Is going to be our pushing and our pulling movements. Those are all the main functional movements that you want to make sure you incorporate in any of your sessions, as you'll see as we go through with Rantz as we move forward.
if you're somewhere all alone, take a second and think about me. Like all the things that I do to show you that I really want you. There's no other guy that'll cherish you the way that I do, girl. And you know, like I know, to find someone who cares, it's so hard, baby. Nobody's gonna love you like I do. Nobody's gonna treat you like I do. Shorty, like I do. I do. I do. I do. Shorty, like I do. I do. Nobody, girl. Girl, you can go ahead and act real stubborn, like you don't care. And you could go ahead and treat me like there's nothing there. But the truth is, girl, I know you want this, so don't give up. Now love is comfort, and you know, like I know, to find someone who cares, it's so hard, girl. Nobody's gonna love you.
Rantz is going to take a little break now. So full body workouts with him. We try to go 3 rounds, okay? Again, as we've gone through that workout, you saw we hit every single major function movement, right? We had our squat, we had our hinge, we had our lunge, we had our push, we had our pull, then we had cardio to finish out. We want to hit some core work at the end. So we do the heavier like compound work and compound movements through these first 3 rounds. Then we'll finish out with some isolated core work just to make sure we get a direct hit from the core to finish out his workout. So they're very strenuous. You have to monitor it as well. Just like with all my clients, everyone is different. His workout as compared to Josh's, where we're only focusing on core. Rantz, we're really focusing on the full body components in our sessions. So it's definitely more taxing. I definitely have to monitor just how his overall energy levels are doing as we work on getting him in better shape. But again, it's not babying, it's pushing him still and not, letting him get off the hook. But as he gets more tired, as you'll see, because these full body workouts, it is all compound movements, so they're so strenuous. You just gotta kind of watch and see what the clients are doing. So I give Rantz about a 2 to 3 minute intermission in between each round, and once we're ready, we'll get into round 2.
So I've been doing music for a long time. Man, I've been singing since I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. And just growing up, being introduced to music at 5, listening to music on the radio, seeing artists on TV. One of the first artists I remember is Michael Jackson. I used to have little tapes of all his music videos and the movies and everything. And so I just grew up idolizing singers, and then obviously started singing in church, singing at like school events, different programs and all type of things. And obviously as you continue to sing and perform at different places, you start to fall in love with the attention you're getting. You also fall in love with just being on stage. You fall in love with the whole thing of just performing and doing music and everything. And then as I grew older, like I said, I started to study more artists, started to study more music, and just continue to fall more and more deep in love with just music in general, whether it's being an artist or creating music, songwriting, things like that. And then as I got into high school, I got into like playing instruments. As I got older, I just got more and more deeper and deeper and deeper into music. And then obviously as I became an adult, I decided this is what I wanted to do. So I actually started pursuing it like heavily in college, started creating music, got with some producers and songwriters and started creating music, putting it out, and obviously songs got better and better. In the beginning the songs wasn't all that great, but then the songs got better and better and better, stuck with it. And man, next thing you know, grew a buzz, grew a fan base, and yeah, here we are today. But I mean, I've always been in love with music since I was a little boy, literally, whether it's all genres, R&B, hip hop, gospel, country, pop, everything. I just fell more and more deep in love as I became older and studied more, and started getting your people that you look up to, your musical heroes and things like that. And yeah, man. And then obviously I got into fitness, because when you look at the artists that you look up to, they're all in shape. And then you start getting advice from different artists, successful artists. And then one of the number one things that they always say is make sure you're in shape, because when you're on stage, you got to put on the show for 30 minutes. You got to put on the show for an hour. And the fans that come to see you, they're not going to want to hear that I'm out of shape. They're going to be expecting you to be in shape. They're going to expect to see a show because they're paying their hard-earned money for it. So right now it's just me in preparation mode, preparing for performances and tours and all that stuff as well. Photo shoots, you got to still look good on your photos and the videos. You got to look the part. So health, working out, all that stuff is extremely important. Not just anything you do, but especially in music. So that's what got me into this, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why I'm working out. Yeah, trying to get to the top, man. Trying to be the best version of myself.
All right, last round. Rantz is going to get some water. As you can see him trailing. This third round, you could tell already he's beyond exhausted just from that last round. So again, we're just going to monitor. We're going to like slightly decrease the workload a little bit just to make sure that his reps are quality and not, going to be something that's where he's going to overstress his body to a certain degree. So he just got back from DR. I want to give him a touch of grace, just like a touch on certain things to make sure we get through the workout smoothly, and again continue to keep him moving forward. So final round, we're going to decrease his workload slightly just because his body, you can tell, is starting to fail on him a little bit. So we'll give him a longer break and then we'll hit the final round.
Last round. Whew, done.
You wish you was done.
Just when I thought I was done, he asked more.
Now he's done. Now he's done.
Sheesh. This man tries to kill me every time.
My God. Good workout. Final morning client of the day. We have Krista here. She is way taller than me when I'm way taller, but she's the one that makes me realize I did not have a growth spurt in life, but it is all good. We are going to go through a leg workout with Krista. So Krista came to me probably, had it been like 2 or 3 weeks ago. She's actually a fairly new client. She was one of those people that has a very in shape boyfriend, and the boyfriend tend to, focus more on his workouts. And when she wanted to ask him questions, how men get sometimes, we just want to work out and not really, be focused. So when she came to me, she just really wanted to learn how to properly train and lift and do certain stuff in the gym. She had been doing a dumbbell workout program for a while and just didn't really like the results with that. So she came to me, has enjoyed my workouts and my style so far. So we get to show you guys how I train women. It's not like it's much different, but I get to get both genders in there, so we give you guys the best of both worlds. That's great. So one thing that you may see at Crunch, finding things like clips is like a treasure hunt. All right, so Krista's been working out with me for 3 weeks, but I'm gonna let her kind of tell you guys some of the things that she's enjoyed just about training and working with me, and why she felt comfortable with me being her specific trainer. Especially with women, you never know when they start training with like another person, especially a male. I'm always interested in the, you know, the confidence behind that, because you just never know what may happen. So I'm gonna let Krista kind of share out.
So this, honestly, I don't know much about machines at the gym at all. Like, all I've done ever is dumbbell workouts, and I was a ballerina back in the day, so just a lot of stretching. So I've always felt intimidated coming into the gym not knowing what I'm doing. And so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna sign up for personal training. My boyfriend does do a lot of things with machines, but when I have him try to help me, he wasn't explaining things to me well. He'd be like, you did this wrong, but he wouldn't explain why I was doing it wrong. So I needed an outside source of coaching, not from someone I personally knew. And so one thing I do like about Jonathan is that, one, he counts the reps for me, which I'm really bad at missing the count that I have. So I end up doing more things over and over because I'm just so focused on trying to have the right form. And what I really appreciate is that, like, if the form is wrong, he corrects me, actually tells me what I'm doing wrong and how I'm doing it correctly. And it's been a great experience, like night and day, what I feel like my body has been able to push itself through that I was not pushing myself when I was doing it by myself. So I highly recommend signing up for personal training. It's, I just turned 33, and this is the first time in my life I've ever used machines at the gym, and I feel confident now when I walk in the room. I know what I'm doing. Another thing that I really like about signing up for Jonathan's personal training is that in the past, when I was at the gym, I always had to have my cell phone out looking at how to do the moves, and I still don't even know if I was doing them correctly. And the one thing I really do like now that I'm doing personal training is I don't have to have my phone out. I get, you know, a whole hour away from my phone. It's my time. I don't have to respond to texts, I don't have to respond to calls, and it's really nice just having somebody tell me what the next step is.
And that's another thing too with clients. So you notice with Krista, one thing that she highlighted that she liked about me is counting reps. So an interesting thing with all my clients, I don't always count reps out loud. This is very much so a preference between a certain client, what they like and don't like. Certain clients, I'll just count in my head, and I'll just have a conversation with them throughout the whole session because they don't want to even worry about the rep count. They just want to try to get through the workout, and some of them genuinely just enjoy the conversation and me being there, and they do not want to care about us. As opposed to other people like Krista, they really want to make sure that you're focused on the rep count, you're focused on the sets, and they just want to come in and have to worry about nothing except for, hey, Jonathan, tell me what to do, help me get through it, let me pace it through, and just let me know from a form point what I'm doing wrong or not wrong. So every client is different in their preferences, what they like and don't like. And the more that you work with somebody, you will figure it out very quickly, like how to properly get each person through a session that makes them feel comfortable and makes them feel like they got something out of it. So everyone is different, but I want to highlight that because I actually do not count rep for everybody. It really just depends on the person and what they like and what they dislike. And you work with everybody and the people that you work with, and you learn them and just give them the best experience you can possible. So you see in Krista's workouts, guys, so we start out heavy with the squats. We're going to the lunges. Now we're working specifically on the posterior parts. And I put a heavy focus on the posterior parts on her leg days when she does them with me. Now she has workouts that she does on her own that I give her as well. That are kind of more evenly split, but because she came to me and she really wanted to focus on building the glutes and the legs specifically, we still keep the main regular functional lower body movements in our program, like how you saw with the squats first and then the split lunges seconds, and we're still keeping hinges in there for the third functional movement for the legs. But a lot that you'll see moving forward is just isolation work to target specific areas that when she came to me that she wanted to do. And that's how each of you guys' workouts should go. Always keep your primary main functional movements like the squatting and the lunges and some type of a hinge movement in your leg workouts. Those three are going to give you the best results when it comes to how your leg strength and just your body functionality tends to develop over time that you can progress. And then isolate the specific muscles, as you'll see at the end of her workout as we progress through it, with the ones that you want to develop the most, whether it's the hamstrings, whether it's your calves, whether it's your glutes, just whichever muscle it is. Isolation for that, target those last as well. So you see we're getting through these heavy compound movements first, and then we're going to slowly, gradually move toward the lighter isolation exercises and really rep those out to help her get the best results in her leg days. All right, guys, so we see how we're finishing out now. I have her doing kickbacks next. So again, we're really focusing on the glute development and strength. Krista's hips are really tight and they're also a little bit weaker as well. So being able to isolate these now at the end of our workout, that's a big focus point for me with her. So during our sessions with me, every time we get to the end of it, we're going to specifically focus just on glute and hip activation and strengthening. Cable kickbacks are one of the best ways to be able to do that, just to the range of motion you can get and the constant tension you get as you're bringing your foot out and you're able to drag it in. I have her standing on that plate as well. That helps give her a little bit better range of motion, because if she's flat-footed, her foot is going to naturally get stuck when she tries to bring it back. Having her on the elevated plane in that way helps keep her toe kind of up off the ground through the whole range of motion. So again, the development and just the tension that she gets on the muscles a lot better. So we're just running through these activation exercises, trying to help straighten the hips out. Over a few months, she should start to see a lot of difference in just her hip strength and her mobility as we continue to do it. All right, guys, we're finished up now with Krista. We got a good leg workout, and that is kind of it for our session. So that is usually how just my day goes, just as a trainer with clients, working through them. I'm glad I'm able to give you guys a little look into the different kinds of sessions, you know, depending on the day or time and what clients I have. Kind of depends on the flow in the day and the workouts that I do. It's a good variety today with the core workouts, the lower body workouts, and the full body. And how I structure and do clients, you know, it's going to really depend on their goals. You saw each of my clients had different goals and different pain points that they were looking to really address. So that's the fun part about being a trainer, man, is getting to see people from all different walks of life, different struggles, different, you know, just goals that they have, not just for their training, but in life as well, and being able to be that person that, you know, they come to try to help them get there. It's a fun thing to do, man. I love training. It's definitely something that I've grown a great passion for. And if any of you guys want to look into training with me, see this. I personally train at the Crunch Fitness on East Cobb and Marietta, that's in Atlanta. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you're looking for training possibly, I'll also link, you know, some contact information for me down below. You can reach me on all of my socials, and you can also reach me through YouTube. Specifically, you just want to ask me something as well, and I'll comment down there. But leave all those comments and feedback as well if you guys are looking for training, and just how you enjoy the video in general. Also, be sure to subscribe as well. Honor Your Temple. It's all about helping you maximize the one life and the one body that you have. And I believe we do that by first getting ourselves as fit and as healthy as we can, and then establishing our faith and our relationship with God first. I always believe in those two things. You can achieve whatever purpose you have, whether you're somebody like Rantz that wants to be an R&B singer, whether it's somebody like Josh who's an entrepreneur, or whether it's somebody like Krista who's just a regular person that just really just wants to enhance, you know, and learn how to properly maneuver their way through the gym, whatever it is. I believe all that goes into helping somebody accomplish the things that God's put in their heart to do in this channel and what I do, not just in social media, but in real life. This is all what I'm about, man. So if you guys rock with that message in the community, we'd love for you guys to subscribe, and just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.